Hello everybody, we're back here with Tempest, and today we're going over how to recreate and or make your own village. Now it's a pretty simple concept, and I figured it should be known about because me and a lot of my friends want to know, or wanted to know kind of how this works. So I figured I'd share it with you guys. Well, it's all pretty simple. A village is consisted of all the people in it, blah blah blah, definition of village. Well, each villager, or each door, spawns 0.3% of a villager. When there are enough doors to suffice, a whole villager, he will spawn, or the village will breed and create him. So, that's a pretty simple concept. But you can't exactly make your own village, but you can expand onto a past one. So here I found this village in my super flat build world. You've probably seen it in a few past videos. And now that little house right there, I'm going to create a copy of. And 3 copies later, a villager will spawn. Now I'm not going to create all 3 copies in this video, but this is kind of just to help explain how it works. So as I've said, each one is pretty simple. All the houses have simple and easy designs, but the more doors, the better. Now, houses can really be anything, but they have to kind of be a shelter a villager can hide in if you want your village to survive the night. Now, you see, this doesn't have a door, and that's a huge issue, because without a door, obviously, a villager isn't safe, and a villager can't spawn there. Well, on the copy we're going to be making, we're going to fix that. So what we're going to do is we are going to begin building. So you can tell it goes 2 out from the stairs, and then it goes 5 back. So let's go do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again, across and across. Now it has a full cobblestone floor, I believe. Just in case, I'm gonna check, and would you look at that, I'm correct. I'm over here. Oops. But yes. So this is pretty simple, and each of these houses, even the really small ones, with a proper wooden door and proper build, again, will spawn a third of a villager. But again, that's only a third, so you'll need a lot of these houses to actually spawn another villager, in total 3. But luckily, any of the village houses work, and they're all very simple. So, we're continuing our little build here. And if you notice, there's not really a lot to it. It's actually really quite simple. And you cannot control what profession a villager will have upon spawning them. It's all randomized. I've never really seen anyone able to control it so far, so I'm going to continue to believe that it is uncontrollable. As you know, there is no one who has found a way to control the professions. It's all completely random, and as I've said, you cannot really create your own village, as it will require 2 villagers to make a village, as due to new spawning mechanics, they have to breed. Which isn't too bad, unless you cannot find a village. And if you can't, I'm really sorry about that. Now, again, it's simple concept. Although there are minor complications, such as there has to be enough space in the terrain for a proper village. And there also, again, has to be 2 villagers. And it has to consist of more than one of the same building. Because you can't have 2 of them, according to my experiments, all the same buildings, and 2 villagers will not work. And I have experimented with this a few times. Now, again, there's not a lot to it, although it's always better to just expand onto a previous village you found, because you can always get more that way. But now, if everyone in your village has died, that's what I would call a dead village. There isn't going to be any more spawning there, as everyone is dead, unless you can bring in new villagers, which isn't hard, but you'll have to use a lead. And I believe leads work on villagers. That I have not tested. but I believe there would be no issue as it works on almost any other mob except for hostile ones. But luckily the villagers have not revolted. Yet. So, we're nearing the end of our build. And if, again, there was 3 more of these, a new villager would happily spawn in his new home. So this is, again, an exact copy of this one right here. Except I added a door, because doors decide the spawning. 3 doors create a full villager. So if you wanted, you could build one of those little door thingies, but I think that's kind of boring. I would much rather build onto a village. Now, anyway, that's really all for today's video, and I will see you later.